Okay, so we've checked out the property, absolutely spectacular. और जैसे मैंने बताया, it's one of the more environment friendly and ecologically balanced places in this place. And here's the man who's made it possible, or at least half of the team that's made it possible. That's between Harshita and Aditya. Yes, Aditya. Aditya, one quick question, which has been playing at the back of my mind for a long time. What drove you to do something like this? What's your philosophy behind creating the Tiger and Woods property that you have?
Right. So, whatever we do in life, there's always a lot of room for improvement. So when we came here, the location was definitely already there. But whenever you start doing something, you have to always think that, how can you make it better one little step at a time. And we decided that the entire reason of us leaving the cities behind, cities of America where I was, UK where Harshita was, cities in India where, we kind of grew up, and come here, was that how can we learn from nature and how can we add more to it, how can we make it greener, more sustainable, how can we stay away from chemical laden food products and give better quality of life to ourselves and to our children. And that's how we started adding more trees. We completely did away with all the chemicals that are used for growing small things, even lemons. We have quite a few trees of lemon here. And slowly in these past 7 years, we have reached a point where I don't think that we are using anything that goes against the grain of nature and creation. And even the guests who come in, they feel that vibe and they go away with a very good feeling, and that's why they keep coming back.
Lovely. So, in fact, one of the primary reasons for us to reach out to you guys and vice versa also is because at Biplop World, we believe that the only way forward for us, not just as a species, but as an entire planet with the millions of species that are supported, is if we have sustainable living. And what I'm understanding, a lot of what you are doing is in that direction. Pretty much everything is in that direction. But then sustainable living at the cost of, let's say economic or social benefits is a challenge that very few people are able to completely overcome. What's been your experience on that, and anything more importantly, can you share with us on how we can imbibe these principles of sustainable living in our life? Living in the cities and our big buildings, for instance, you have a great water table because the rainwater, you allow all of it to seep into the ground.
Right.
If we do that, we want a place to park our cars. So obviously we have to find other solutions. So any thoughts, any learnings that you had in terms of that?
Hey, that's a great question, because how Bharat was in the past and how it is today with the increasing globalization, malls everywhere. If you go to the cities, you will not find kacha ground anywhere. It's just roads and concrete, and that's why all the cities get flooded. If it rains for a day, there's floods everywhere. So the key philosophy or the key mantra for any kind of thing, there are people going in all directions. There are raging debates on everything, like politics, lifestyle, this and that, everything. The key word I feel is balance. There has to be a sense of balance, and we have to come to that, use that leveling meter and come on that every day. If we say sustainable and you right away start thinking that, okay, these guys live in the forest and they maybe forage food and they don't do anything, that is not it. Sustainable means that how can we bring the modern together with what was wise and really good for Earth, which was done earlier. So maybe they lacked some kind of technology in the sense that we have today, but they were more closer to Earth, and that's why even if they did not have, say, the cars or whatnot which we have today, but they were more true to being an animal, which we are. But now that we are talking of sustainability, we are saying that okay, we have all these goods from these urban lives and science and whatnot. That is great, but how can we at core be the children of Mother Nature? And it has to be done one step at a time. You don't just leave everything. So for example, people who are trying to quit smoking, you just can't stop. You smoke 20 cigarettes a day and you just don't stop. You gradually reduce. So same way, how can you reduce your carbon footprint little by little, by planting trees, by reusing, by getting rid of plastic? And eventually when you start seeing the returns, the incentives that start coming to you, you will realize that yes, this is in fact a better life choice, and then you would move towards that, and maybe be an evangelist for others also, without forcing too much, like stop doing it, stop doing. Instead of that, just let them take steps. Everyone grows at a different pace, and finally everyone will have to understand that sustainability is the only way to go forward. That's it.
Lovely. I think that kind of really puts things in perspective here, because like you remember in the earlier part of this video, मैंने आपको बताया था कि इनका स्विमिंग पूल जो एक समय completely environmentally friendly था,
Right.
आज unfortunately वो balance maintain करने के लिए customer expectations की, which is driven more by our ignorance than what our real expectations are, you've had to shift to a partially chemically cleaned pool. But the whole point here is, जैसे आदित्य आपने बताया, sustainability is important, but the whole balance between social, economy and environment is something that we need to maintain if we have to carry on the life that we are used to for generations to come.
Yeah, I mean, see, economics is always important.
Yeah.
If today I run out of money, then the entire sustainability will go out of the window. So you will have to make sure that you keep things commercial so that people like it. But at the same time, every time they come here, they are like, oh wow, we should do something like this at home. And eventually, they start to understand, then they go to the internet, they start reading more. So if you just ditch economics and, just go completely sustainable, you won't be able to reach people, and, you'll lose your voice. And it's better to kind of try and strike a balance.
I couldn't agree more, and like we already shared with you, the place is absolutely spectacular. Creature comforts have not really been sacrificed at the altar of sustainability. As a matter of fact, we've had a very comfortable stay, and we hope this video reaches out to a lot more people, because ज़रूरत ये है कि more people like Harshita and Aditya get known by the world at large and get exposure for the kind of work that they're doing, because that is what will get us to a goal of a sustainable planet. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time with one more episode on India Unseen on the Biplab World channel. Till then, take care of the earth.